papara na subira Mola atanipa kama vingine kesha nipa pia ndo maana niko hapa so ndo mchezo gani huo wakunikonyeza za mchumba hivyo jua mi unanirusha bro na wewe kwa baby no so ndo mchezo gani huo wakunikonyeza za mchumba hivyo jua mi unanirusha bro na wewe kwa baby no asira hasara kiasikia wahenga walishasema na nitakasirika dia kesho nitakunyima so ndo mchezo gani huo wakunikonyeza za mchumba hivyo wajua mi unanirusha bro na wewe baby no nachi mrembo ulowatosa watosa na vigogo na kuja kwangu kawapa visogo ukawaona hawana mpango na kusema upendi kuniona nalia upendi kuniona nateseka na moyo wangu tena kutesa na nina relax kwa sasa Mrembo, shike bega tucheze wimbo leo maaction na mavitendo mida ikifika tufanye mambo basi kuna chitashi mrembo shike bega tucheze wimbo leo maaction na mavitendo mida ikifika tufanye mambo usije kusema umenipenda sababu mimi naimba nitumia moyo mawazo yatanizonga Chitashi mrembo, shike bega tucheze wimbo leo maaction na mavitendo mida ikifika tufanye mambo basi kuna chitashi mrembo, shike bega tucheze wimbo leo maaction na mavitendo mida ikifika tufanye mambo na chitashi mrembo na hawana mpango sema upendi kuniona nalia upendi kuniona nateseka na moyo wangu tena kutesa na nina relax kwa sasa Choma hapa kwa kifaa unipe mapenzi na unipe love jo hapa ninakutaka machizo sharubaro zamani walikusaka Roma hapa jo kwa wiki this is my love for a weekend for real jo hapa sije kufuata machizo sharubaro long time walikusaka ndo maana mimi usifia dele siamini wanafi wakinambia wewe malaya ma na sifa mbaya da bila chana na stusha mimi na wakata disco makis kwenda maji wote sisi wako sondoke uniambie chochote love you girl we are the disco makis mimi wako sondoke uniambie chochote unamba saba tukishi love you girl yeah I keep flying baby I'll keep you reckless baby on a KGT skills a bomb yo I don't care very easy yeah 5 yo some more yeah from the records I'll keep up skills a bomb to wangu yeah sure utakutoka say bye 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 baby
Unlock your full potential with Brain and Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily, as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Every year, millions of African farmers do the same thing. They plant, water, then they wait. And the moment their crops are ready, they sell them immediately for whatever price the market offers that day. That price is often the lowest it will be all year. But there are a few smart Africans doing things differently. Something that doesn't require extra land or extra seeds. Just a different relationship with time. And months later, the same crop they would have sold cheap is now worth far more. Sometimes they double their money in 3 months. Today, I'm showing you 5 African crops where this strategy works best and the real reasons why, including the part most videos like this leave out. Here's the brutal truth about African agriculture nobody talks about. The problem was never farming. The problem is the timing. Right now, somewhere in Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, or even Zambia, a trader who didn't plant a single seed is making far more money from a crop than the farmer who tilled the soil, planted, and harvested. How? He bought it from you at harvest price, stored it until supply tightened, and sold it at scarcity price. But here's what nobody tells you about why he can do that and you can't. Stay with me. That answer comes at the end, and it changes everything about how you should think about this. Let's start with the first crop that can literally double your money: cassava flour. Before you say, but cassava is everywhere, how can it make serious money? Let me stop you. Fresh cassava roots start deteriorating within days of harvest, which is exactly why you have no choice but to sell immediately. But dry it into flour, chips, or starch. And you've turned a perishable liability into a storable asset. Here's what most people don't know though. That higher flour price isn't free money for waiting. To get just 1 kilogram of good quality cassava flour, you need roughly 3.5 to 4 kilograms of fresh fruits. You lose around 70% of that weight peeling, washing, grating, and pressing out moisture. The price jump you see in the market is largely payment for that labor and that volume loss, not a reward for patience alone. That changes the math, but doesn't kill the opportunity. It means cassava processing is a real business, worth doing if you have access to labor and a simple solar dryer. It's not a shortcut, it's a trade. Hours and effort now for a product that survives long enough to sell at a much better price later. Let's go to the second crop, sesame seeds. Nigeria is one of the largest sesame producers and exporters in the world, with hundreds of thousands of tons leaving the continent every year, mostly to Japan, China, and the Middle East. Most sesame farmers sell at the worst possible time because export buyers disappear during harvest glut and return months later, chasing supply instead of running from it. But here's the part that matters before you bet your harvest on this. Sesame isn't a local story, it's a global one. You are not just touring against local scarcity, you are betting on demand out of China and Japan staying strong, and on Nigeria's currency not moving against you. If a competing producer like Sudan or India has a bumper season at the same time, that price recovery you are counting on might not show the way it has in the past years. This crop still stores exceptionally well, and the historical pattern of post-harvest price recovery is real. Just understand you are holding an export bet, not a guaranteed local trade. Let's go to cowpea, which is crop number 3, the black-eyed peas. This might be the most dramatic price swing on this entire list. At peak harvest, cowpea floods the market and prices crash. Months later, in lean season markets, prices can rise substantially as supply tightens. Why? Cowpea is a primary protein source across West and Central Africa. demand never stops. But it also has a major pest problem. Weevils destroy improperly stored cowpea within weeks, so most farmers sell immediately to avoid losing everything. Here's the opportunity hiding inside that problem. Hermetic storage bags, which cost very little per bag, eliminates the weevil problem by sealing out oxygen. No chemicals needed. Of the 5 crops on this list, this is the one where the storage technology itself is genuinely cheap and the risk of waiting is genuinely low if you can afford to wait at all. And that if is the real story. Let's go to the 4th one. Maize. Corn. I know what's on your mind. You are thinking, but maize is the most widely grown crop on this continent because hundreds of millions of people depend on it. You are wondering, how can it really make money when it's everywhere? Let me take you in. Maize farmers are some of the most consistently underpaid agricultural workers in Africa. Take this to the bank. Every harvest season across Nigeria, Ghana, Zambia, and Tanzania, millions of farmers harvest at the same time. What happens? The market floods. Prices collapse to their lowest point of the year. Feed mills and millers know this. They buy cheap, fill their warehouses, and wait. As the next harvest approaches, the stocks run low. Prices often rise significantly. The traders getting rich off your maize aren't smarter than you. They have something else. And that something is the entire missing piece of this video. Keep watching. And if you are still here, I want you to comment. Start storing. As we go to the 5th one, soybean. This one has a dimension others don't. African countries import a significant volume of soybean products every year. Cooking oil, animal feed, soy flour, much of it from Brazil and Argentina. Meanwhile, African farmers sell raw soybeans at harvest price to middlemen who feed that same processing chain. The value chain happens around the African farmer, not for them. Even without processing, the storage play is real.
Okay. All right. Let me know if you can hear me. Sorry about that. How comes I didn't even figure out about this? It's crazy, man. But dang, it's crazy. Sorry.
Post-harvest soybean.
Yes, we're talking about that is so crazy. Sorry. So we're talking about, but I'm glad the video at least has been playing. So I've not just been, the video has done the justice too. This is a video talking about how many farmers lose seeds. And of course, basically, I believe what he's trying to explain is how Africans can stop selling their crops immediately after harvesting and store some, and talking about ways of preserving food, which I discussed it some time back. We saw there's so many ways of preserving food, and I've just highlighted on so many ways. Personally, me growing up in a family that has participated and been active in farming, I've seen that, there's seasons where if you harvest maize, beans, you have to keep like 3 sacks of all that, because until the next season when you're about to plant, you're going to get the seeds there, of course, not going back to the market to buy seeds, because it's generally explaining where the farmers go wrong. You harvest your seeds, and then you take all of them to the market. And then when it comes to time of farming, you have to go back to the same market and buy back the same seeds you sold to the market. And this time, you're not even sure if you're buying organic seeds or genetically modified seeds, because that is something else also is not saying. You'll do that, but the next time you go back, you're not sure what you're buying, if it's organic or it's GMO. Yeah, so he's talked about yams, ways of how yams, of course, makes money and how the farmers don't make money. He's talked about the beans, the black beans, the black eye beans, like guys like to call it that way, and of course other things. So right now we are at this
In
one.
prices on this continent tend to rise as feed mills and oil processors compete for tightening supply later in the season. Farmers who go a step further and press stored soybeans into crude oil before selling can increase that return again, though that requires equipment. And equipment requires capital most smallholders don't have sitting idle at harvest time. Now here's the piece almost nobody says out loud. It's not lack of patience. It's not lack of knowledge. Most farmers know exactly what we just covered. They've watched these same prices rise every single year of their lives. The reason they sell at harvest is that harvest seasons collide directly with the most expensive season of their year. School fees are due, medical bills are due, land debts from planting seasons are due. The cash has to come from somewhere.
So generally we're talking about again our market. In general, this is something to do with our market. Cause, and again also the government support where it comes in, if I'm getting him correctly.
And the crop sitting on the
The
field.
problem we have with Africa is always exporting, because also the question is, who are we really selling to? You know, these seeds we're talking about, because we've seen our local African markets have been destroyed by these puppets, and of course the white people who always want everything in raw material to always go to them, which benefits them more, and then they bring us the breadcrumbs, right? So we're talking generally again about our market, which is the problem. Why these farmers won't thrive, and they'll be kept in the same cycle. They'll be kept in the same cycle. And that's why you'll see, again, I keep on talking about connections. Most of the farmers probably who have thrived here, trust me, you have connections. One way or another. You know someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows someone. Because for you to get something, maybe even if you're importing, maybe your avocados, your maize, your whatever, you need someone who is already in that market, and someone who's in that market who can help you take these things to the airport. From the airport, they'll ensure your whatever gets to where it's going, if it's China or India, safely, and you'll get your profit. But at the end of the day, what profit are we talking about? How much is the profit? Those are the things we need to look at. So it's the market, which is the problem.
Is the only asset they have. The trader who buys your crop cheap and waits 90 days isn't smarter than you. He simply isn't facing the same bills you are that week. He has cash reserve. You have survival pressure. That gap, not effort, not intelligence, is the real difference between who gets to wait and who doesn't. So, if you are going to use anything from this video, use this. The opportunity in storage is real, but it only works if you build a buffer before harvest, even a small one. So you are not forced to sell into the worst price of the year just to cover bills that hit at the worst possible time. That's the part that actually changes outcomes. Not patience as a virtue, patience as something you have to plan and fund for in advance. I know that most people have fallen off. If you are able to watch to the end.
Yeah, so those are just some few tips. I do love that, because yes, Africans, we have so many ways of storing, again, preserving our food, but because of so many things going on economically, our systems collapsing, having non-working institutions, literally all that has led farmers to it's not really that thriving. Like, I'm not don't get me, it's not all of them, don't get me wrong, it's just that we have lack of support from our government, because the rest of the world knows there's so much profit and benefit of our farming. And that's why, again, I always love to say our soil is part of our resources, and why people want to destroy it so much. And it's crazy, because as much as they want to destroy it so much, these people have been depending on this land for the longest time for food. And also we can see this is why we also have some privatization or many acres of lands being bought in different parts of Africa by a group of white people or by a group of companies which we know who they are. And because they want the soil, because it can grow better food than theirs. So it's some good information. I do love that, and I hope, again, if you want to start a business, any of that, I hope you've gotten the information on what you can do. But looking at this, this is now the main focus of today. We have, of course, I've been talking about the avocado farming and how the Chinese have taken over the market. And we can see a country like Kenya, countries like Kenya, I'd say Zimbabwe. I've been talking about Zimbabwe, Kenya, and Kenya to be specific. And majority of the African countries have been, of course, trading or exporting these foods to China majorly than how there's less local support of their market, if it really makes sense. So of course we're looking at how we have the Kenyan avocado farmers, how they have benefited from the expanded China market access, because again the problem is the market. That's what I want you to understand. The key of all these conversations, the problem we have with Africa is not that we have lazy farmers or nothing. It's our market. Our market is the problem. But again, everything is connections. So I'm going to share this till where we can. The video is really, really long. It's like 2 hours, but I don't think I'm going to make it up to all those 2 hours. But let's continue.
Why did I choose avocado? Why not mango? Why not peaches? Why not dragon fruit? It's not attacked by insects because it doesn't have sugar. So you are talking to markets that are very sensitive about chemicals these days. This tree, when you produce it, the only thing you're busy about is the day you'll put manure.
Exactly. Another problem, because farmers have also lost that understanding of we need manure. We need to depend on manure more than these pesticides that were banned and have been banned in the rest part of the world. But people have lost that knowledge. And that's why it was so sad for me when I saw Kenyans being scammed by the previous regime about fertilizer. How do you go buy sand soil and believe that is fertilizer? It comes from an understanding actually of where farmers also don't know what they are doing. Sadly, like the other guy saying, it's not like farmers don't know what they're doing. Yeah, but some don't know what they're doing. Because if I get into farming, of course, whether with the little knowledge or if I have little knowledge, of course, I have to do more research. And this is why I keep on saying in every conversation I'm doing all this. Before you do farming, before you start a business, you have to do research. You can't just walk into something blindly. You need to have a slight information, and maybe along the way you're gonna learn, because not everyone is perfect. Of course, we've not been born all genius. Some things, of course, you have to learn along the way. So again, less knowledge that has been lost.
After that, there is no hassle.
Should people be scared of it being, the market being oversaturated?
If you look at the population for India alone, they've not touched avocado as a food. Chinese, with all the sushi they eat with avocado, they have not grown avocado. They are not growing. And all those are now asking, they're demanding for avocado. So it's become a consumer thing that everybody is eating every day in their diet. I don't see a time where we'll be fully saturated. This is not a game of numbers. It is a game of kilos. How many kilos is this tree giving you?
How much dollars are in a kilo of a Hass avocado?
So for 4 kg, because the standard unit is 4 kg.
Yeah.
So you will probably sell it for between 6.5 to 8 on the season like this where it's low, but it can go up to 12 when it's off season.
Yes. At what point will it give you hapa?
So
you harvest after how long?
Remember, it is 1 year old.
Yes, already.
So when you come, it stays another 1 year.
And of course, understand this requires some patience, because I think when we're looking at the other video regarding the apple farming, we saw that some trees do take really long to grow or mature before they produce and all that. Some might take 3 years, some might take a year, some might take 10 years. So again, farming requires patience. This all comes from how patient can you be? Because You'll find people who switch, you're going to switch so many crops within maybe a year or maybe within a span of 2 years because you don't have patience on what you started with. So you need to require patience.
Good. So the second year from when it is in your hands, you start harvesting.
Wow.
So trust the process. One day your life, you.
Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of Inspire Global. My name is Lynn Gugi and you see what I'm holding. Munaona ile kitu nimewashikia hapa? Yes, the long awaited conversation on Hass Avocado is finally here. And guys, I'm happy to be having this conversation with one incredible woman, Grace at Karakuta Farm here in Kiambu, because she will be talking to us about everything we need to know about Hass Avocado, including how to plant it, where the market is, the do's and don'ts, and also we get to understand, is the money good? And I know a lot of people are into Hass Avocado, so please watch this video so that you get to understand how to do it right. We are about to get into that conversation, but above all, I have to say thank you so much.
And I love the fact that Lynn Gugi has also gotten into these conversations because she recently, was it this year or last year, she moved from Nairobi to literally the village, and she started farming. She's doing actually amazing. She bought a land. I think she's currently probably building a house there. She's left the life of the city to the real life, because the life of the city is literally a trap. That is something we're not told. The life of the city is completely a trap. The real life where there's fresh food, fresh air, less chemicals, literally everything fresh, is the village. I love the village. I'm not gonna lie, as much as I don't go there every time, but I love when I go there. It's just everything I'm gonna eat, I know is fresh. More than even what I have in Nairobi. I believe in everything. A fruit from a tree. I pluck from a tree. Sorry, I uproot. I pluck from a tree. Everything I uproot from the ground. Everything I'm cooking, I know it's really, really good.
To the partners who make this conversation.
So I'll not be able to share this video, all of it. Like I said, I'll share the rest of it on the WhatsApp chat for you guys to continue with it. It's actually a good discussion, and you can check Lynn Gugi's page, or especially the talks she has about farming. She's showing you what she's been doing, what she's been planting since she relocated. Yeah.
Happen. Our people are Optiven, asanteni sana for coming through. And we've been talking about Optiven and their property in Ocean. If you are looking, we have for your country and here at time, so that because at Inspire Global we insist, no matter what your hustle is, please be proud of it. There is absolutely no shame in hard work. So let's learn what we gotta learn today about Hass Avocados, and also to appreciate you guys. 1 million subscribers, here we come. Our people in Australia, here we come. So continue supporting us, because it can only get better. Tuende kazi, Hass Avocado. Guys, let's take our notebooks, our pens, and learn what we gotta learn. Hi, Mom.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to be able to discuss a very beautiful topic with you. But maybe for the people who are just tuning in, could you introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Okay, thank you very much, Lynn, for coming to our farm, Karakuta Fresh Produce. We are very honored. So my name is Grace Mudhoni Ngungi Karanja, married to Mr. Lawrence Karanja. I'm a farmer now, but I started my profession in the corporate world, where I worked as a salesperson in the Pfizer pharmaceutical industries. And then I moved to the donor agencies, development world.
Yes.
And my responsibility there, which inspired what I do now, was to develop partnerships.
Okay.
So I worked with ILO, and I worked most recently with the USAID program, which was called the Kenya Youth Employment and Skills Program.
Okay.
So in 2017, after being very tired of working, Lynn, I don't know whether you've worked before.
Yes, I've worked
There comes a time when you feel you want to do your own thing, you want to shape your own destiny. And I didn't really know whether it was going to work or not, but I took what you call a step of faith. And I stopped working and set up a farm. And I knew for sure I wanted to do agriculture. I've grown up in an agriculture background, in a farming family. And where I'm married, it's a very strong farming family. So I knew the resources that I have would actually propel me more to agriculture or agribusiness. So that is why I started the avocado orchard in 2018, when I felt that now I could not take even one more day at my workplace.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Because it's always a scary place to be.
Yeah.
That part where you know I need to quit and start something else.
Yes.
How do you get to that point where you are like, no matter what happens, no matter how scared I am, I'm going to take a leap of faith?
Lynn, that happens, it's like salvation. When it happens, you're 100%, it's, you know that thing is, they say kufa kupona, or kufa dereva, kufa makanga. That is the stage you get into, because you are so sure, you know, it doesn't start just once. It starts, it's a process that comes over a period of time. And everything just gives you more reassurance. And what you need to do at that point in time, just like you're told, when you want to get saved, you start now flocking with the people who are as in salvation.
Yes.
Now, it's the same thing. I started now looking out at success stories. Who's done it and it was worked? Because I knew I had no other way. It had to work. I didn't have like flats that I was going to get into. I don't have any other source of income. Yes, my husband is able to support the family, but at least we had to have something that we're doing that is contributing to the income. So I knew for sure it is something I've got to do and it has to work.
Okay.
I did my homework, but you see the calling started coming in slowly, and that going out to seek for knowledge, because that is what helps you make the decision, seeking the knowledge and looking at examples of something that is similar to this. That helped me a lot.
Okay.
And so I was comfortable to actually now take the leap of faith. Now, the most shocking thing I'll tell you is that every money I've ever put aside, I spent it all here.
All your savings?
All my savings. And the best reassurance I had, because I had faith that it's going to work. I had seen that it has worked with other people. So why not me? What I was very sure about is that if any challenge comes in, I'll not go and say, it's okay, let me give it a break and go back to plan B. This was plan A. It had to work. There was no other way. So I put all the money here without turning back. That has helped me push on.
Okay.
Because I made it work.
Knowing you only have one plan.
Exactly.
And one plan only.
Within a very short time.
Okay.
It had to give me resources in the shortest time possible.
All right.
And hence the choice of the avocado and the herbs. So I mentioned before that we are doing avocados and we are doing herbs. That was the reason why I had to do. So I knew I had 3 years to sacrifice and then start reaping from that. The return on investment was equally short. So that is why I chose to do the Hass avocados. Yes.
All right. We are going to come to Hass avocado because as I was telling you off camera, I've really wanted to have this conversation, and not just have this conversation, but have this conversation with the right person.
Yes.
You were taking us around the farm. You were talking even about the seedling. You were talking about the cloning. And I was like, this is so much knowledge.
Yeah.
But we'll come to that because one of the things everyone is talking about is Hass avocado. And the reason I really wanted to do this show is to educate people because there is also a lot of regrets with some of the people who have done Hass avocado, and also finding out you are doing herbs. You have basil. Muga was really excited about basil for his mojito. All those things, will come to that. But talk to me about the withdrawal do you ever suffer from withdrawal because you've resigned from one job and what you are starting might not give you back the money that you used to earn? How did you deal with those withdrawals and also the stress of knowing, oh my God, this is where I am, this is the risk I chose? Because I think for me it was very depressing. The first year of quitting and starting something, I think I was so depressed.
Okay.
How did you tackle your emotions?
So, family, I'm gonna pause this here. I'm gonna share the rest of the video on WhatsApp. Apologies. Shout out to Jibajaba. Thank you for joining me this morning. Sorry, I'm having my lunch too. So, we're gonna pick it up from here tomorrow. I'll ensure I share. If if you don't get time to watch it, I'll personally share it. Damn, that's a lot of chili. Damn, it's a lot of chili there. But yes, I'll share the rest of it tomorrow, so that you can understand this particular project and how you can benefit from it, if in case you're looking to start an avocado farming. And I do love, personally, I'm always inspired when I hear people saying they left, something that was not benefiting them and discovered something that was benefiting them, and especially farming. Like, that is a win, man. That is a big win that many people might not understand. Literally, there's some people might not understand how big of a win that is, having your own land and all that, literally. But yeah, I'm winding up. It's a smackdown, I'm telling you. I'm winding up. I have some classes with Dimore, so my bad. I was supposed to be here very early, but I was doing some stuff, and I ended up literally being here by 1 instead of by 12. So I'll catch up with you tonight. Of course, I'm gonna be coming back later tonight on the culture show. I have, of course, my music show, so I hope to see you guys there. And tomorrow, of course, we have the conversations as usual. So have yourselves a beautiful day. Shmani is still not in today, so you guys put her in your prayers so that she can come back and we can continue bringing you more shows. But have a beautiful, beautiful day. Yeah, and shout out to Dimore. Yeah, he's going to be teaching me how to drive, but I'm already good, man. I'm already good. Peace, and way out.